Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of General Geekery. I am Brian, and with me, as always, is JD.
Hello.
Figured we'd mention it is obviously YoJoe June. This is the first day of it. Um, I'm sure there will be other announcements tomorrow, but we're going to go over the stuff that they announced today, uh, or announced yesterday, I guess, but the pre-orders went up today. Of course, I think the big one that everybody is happy for is the How with Grand Slam. So second to the
I
last.
admit, yeah, I admit to being surprised by that because I thought for sure the Grand Slam would just be coming with the jump.
Yeah,
Um,
that was what
but
I would have put money on that.
yeah, I would have figured that he was going to be retro carded or just in a regular box with the jump and the silver pads. And I was surprised when they announced the Hell and Red Pads Grand Slam, but it just tells me that Silverpad's Grand Slam will be coming out and he will have the jump,
Yeah,
but we're just going to end up with both versions of Grand Slam, which honestly is cool because I guess there was no reason not to expect it, but I just thought for sure that on the road to finishing the original 13, that they would just go with the Silverpad's Grand Slam just because it's always been more memorable than the original, but I'm not complaining about this because the heavy artillery laser was cool and it is neat to see it for classified because it's never been updated. The flak
true.
cannon from 82 that was updated for the 25th anniversary,
I've got one sitting.
and I think yeah, I was gonna say we got at least one of those in the 20, yeah, but they have never done an update of the Hell. So I'm not complaining. I didn't pre-order it, but I'll buy it. It's a post exclusive, so I'm not really worried about it selling out.
I wasn't either.
Um,
But one of the other announcements that they made was the Ninja Force 2 pack with Ninja Force Scarlet and Tabang, and that sold out like that, which surprised the
yeah,
fuck.
but it's also a Target exclusive, and so
Uh,
Pulse does that thing where they get limited quantities of other retailer exclusives, and they usually sell out real fast. I have a feeling that one will probably be available through the stores because it's a 2 pack. Although there's no guarantees about that because while I have the Steeler and Short Fuse set, it was the only one of those 2 packs that I ever saw there. All the other 2 packs that they've done have gone clearance. Like the divers, it took a long time, but they finally went clearance a couple weeks ago. And before I could even scan them for the discount, they were gone. I'm like, all right, some fucking army builder was waiting for them to go
yeah.
clearance and then probably bought them all out. But I don't know. Scarlet and Shabang will probably show up at the stores. I don't feel any need to. I pre-ordered Zartan, Ninja Force Zartan, because a lot of those exclusives, like Breaker, I never saw. Major Blood, I never saw. Um,
Yeah.
the Mass Device Breaker, I never saw. And so Zartan, there's a good chance I won't see. I've been to Target twice this week, and there's been no Zartan, but I have a feeling the 2 pack will show up. Hopefully,
Hopefully, because I want the Scarlet. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that was one of the figures that was on my last top 10 wish list.
if it wasn't on your top 10 wish list, it was definitely one that we've discussed
Yeah,
over the years. What if they made it in classified? And honestly, it looks great.
it does.
Um,
It looks
um,
fantastic. And
and a long time ago when they announced Nunchuck was coming out, I was like, all right, cool with Nunchuck. And I wasn't surprised when Nunchuck got the classified treatment, but I was like, I'm not going to get him until they at least announce Chabang and Dojo because they're a trio. They always work. But um, Although to be fair, uh, two of them are yellow and blue. One of them is green. So they're not a perfect trio, but they were sold that way in the comics. And they, but now that the Chibang is coming in a 2-pack with Scarlet, I'll get it if I see it. I'm not going to pre order it. Now I'm just waiting for them to announce Dojo.
So the question is, are we going to split the pack or do you need Scarlet too?
Uh, we could probably split it. I love what they did with the classified Ninja Force Scarlet, but um, I I still really like the classified Scarlet, and I'm okay with only having one version of her because I skipped the retro version because I didn't care. I didn't need a traditional Scarlet, and maybe I mean uh, if they're in high enough numbers, maybe they'll get clearance too. I doubt it, but who knows? Because
Yeah,
Scarlet's going to sell the pack.
yeah, I agree with that. But I don't know. I can't I for the life of me, I can't predict what's going to sell and what's not anymore. I used to think that I had a pretty good idea what people wanted, but man, the another one of the announcements was, of course, I don't know if we talked about it on the last show because I don't know if they'd made the announcements, was the classified offerings for San Diego Comic-Con exclusives.
Oh yeah,
I don't think we did because one of the packs is Shipwreck with one of the customs that I made for you, which was Cadet Deming, which I was like, oh wow, boy, they really kind of dug deep on that one to get a Cadet Deming classified figure. But I mean, we've got the female Crimson Guard buck. Why not do a Cadet Deming?
when they first showed the Crimson Guard, the female Crimson Guard, I was like, oh, they're gonna make Cadet Deming, which they did. I wasn't really expecting her to be an exclusive, but I get why they're doing it because she is a deep cut character.
Absolutely.
Um, but I do like that she's included. I I really like that that 2-part episode. And I really like that they're doing a whole battle in a box set that is Deming and Shipwreck and the computer and Polly, which is
Yeah.
good because the first Polly that we got with the classified Shipwreck was not in a flying position and it just sort of sat on his rope and it looked a little bit lame. It had none of the personality that Polly has. And from the cartoon, I can practically hear it screaming, "Hope your insurance is paid up, sailor." So, yeah, I do expect Pulse to get that, and I do expect to be able to get a set. I really hope so because
Me too. I am planning on, as much as I hate to say it, I am planning on getting at least attempting to get the that 2 pack 'cause I really want to get that Deming figure. I could care less about the Shipwreck, but I really want to get that Deming figure. The other, which gives me hope for classified Mara at some point in time. Um,
I'm
I
almost certain that she's planned now.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a given. The fact that Super 7 just did one not too long ago, and now we've got a Cadet Deming, and the other classified pack that's coming out for San Diego Comic-Con has the Beast version of the Fatal Fluffies, which
Well, it comes with the little guy too. It
I
comes
did
with the
see it.
little,
I did see
yeah.
it comes with the little guy. Um, was there anything else in that pack? Was there it seemed
Um,
other figure?
just the well, there's swappable faces for the fatal fluffy, and there's it's just the sign that said, "Please take good care of these creatures. Sincerely, Cobra Commander,"
Yeah,
which is directly from the cartoon, and
absolutely.
it was not a necessary addition, but boy, I love that they did it.
I do
Um,
too. That looks fantastic. I am gonna try and get that one as well. I think one of the things that really kind of caught me off guard by that particular pack was the absolute hatred of it on social media.
I was surprised too because I remember. when Super 7 announced their Reaction Plus Fatal Fluffy, people went nuts. Like, I mean,
Absolutely.
they technically, in some ways, the classified audience and the Reaction 7 or the Reaction Super 7, whatever, the Reaction Plus,
Reaction Plus.
maybe they don't have a lot of crossover audience, but I was still surprised to see so much more negativity towards the classified San Diego Hasbro figure versus the immediate sellout of the Fatal Fluffy last year, which you got one and I didn't, and I'm still mad about that. But
That's what you should be because it's an awesome figure. And it wasn't just the hatred for it. It, I mean, that it was, there was hatred for it. It was a lot
yeah,
of
there was.
people.
I was surprised.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that didn't even know what it was.
That surprised me even more because honestly, I don't know the ages of all the other people in the online community, but
Sure.
I figured most of us are in the same age range, and I really thought the Fatal Fluffy would have been more instantly recognizable. But yeah, there were a lot of people that were like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm glad I don't need it.
That's fine by me. That gives me a better opportunity of getting one because
I
I
mean,
want both of
but
those things.
but I am afraid that this one is going to be a lot harder to get a hold of than the Cadet Deming set because if nothing else, even if Hasbro Pulse limits the quantities to
Which I'm sure they,
one or two,
yeah, they usually do.
there there's still going to be people that are going to buy their limit and then they're going to find a way around it and try to buy more of them because if nothing else, the army builders won't want
Yeah,
extra, but
yeah,
the
exactly.
resellers are going to be all over it. Did you see the pictures that the Full Force posted with the Fatal Fluffy standing next to Snake Eyes?
I did.
Holy shit! I knew the Fatal Fluffy would be large, but goddamn, it's like Wampa sized.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with what they're doing with it and making it to scale in relation to the cartoon. Because I mean, those things were like 7, 8 feet tall in the cartoon.
Yeah, yeah, they were. I'm glad that they went that way. And
Absolutely.
it's a badass looking figure, but
Yeah,
I'm not expecting to be able to get one, and I'm not going to get my hopes up. So maybe. I mean, I will try for it, but
yeah. My only hope
it.
is that they'll do some sort of re-release on a retro card at some point in time.
I mean, we can only hope. Hey, they did it with Doctor Mindbender, so
Yeah,
um,
exactly. And that's one of the other things that I'm kind of surprised we still haven't seen is a re-release of Serpentor.
so am I. I figured what it's been what 2, 3 years since he was offered it. I'm surprised that we have not seen uh, a re-release of him or a 2-pack with somebody else or a retro card or just something. I'm
Yeah.
really surprised, especially with Cobra Law now being in the line.
Yes.
I'm really surprised that Serpentor is still languishing in secondary market obscurity.
Yeah. I don't as much as I like the Air Chariot, had it when I was a kid, played with it all the time, loved it to death. I don't need it. And if I had the opportunity to get a Serpentor in the version 2 color scheme, I would be on that in a heartbeat. I absolutely love the V2 colors, and I would love to see a classified Serpentor in the V2 colors.
Even if they did another Serpentor and they used, I don't know, the comic book colors or something, I'd probably buy that one too because the original is classic. It can't be beat. But I really like most of the color schemes they've done.
Yeah.
But version 2, that would be amazing. But yeah, I'm really surprised. Classified Serpentor is still just there. The people that missed the first one and are holding out for another one, they've had a long wait. And honestly, I'm surprised.
Yeah. So back to we missed a couple announcements obviously with the San Diego Comic-Con stuff. So back to the YoJoe June ones. The next big thing that was offered today, pre-orders are up, is the Vamp Mark II. And that comes with obviously clutch in the desert color schemes. It looks nice. Looks nice.
Um, did you decide on if you need one or not?
I I haven't decided. I'm more on the fence of probably not getting it, because it's just going to sit on a shelf next to my Stinger, and because I just they're just too big.
They're really cool, but they are wildly impractical. And my Stinger, I the only real use I had for it, other than it sitting around, was my son took over it, and it's a transport for the villains for Marvel. I'm fine with that. And the Vamp Mark II is really nice, but I've got I got the first one, and I've got clutch, and I am glad that it's just clutch in the desert colors, and it's not a brand new recipe for him. They went the vintage route and did tan clutch just as clutch was, and I think that's okay for
Yeah.
people that just
Yeah.
did. Um,
Yeah, I did not pick up the Vamp myself. I did pick up a Stinger, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of want it because it looks really cool, and I do like the Vamp Mark II. I didn't have the Vamp Mark II as a kid. I do have the 25th anniversary version of it and really like it, but I don't I don't know that I need a classified version of it. There's other stuff that I would like to have at that for that price. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Look, I'm hoping for skid mark in the Desert Fox. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hoping, hope.
Yeah, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility anymore. It's a little bit bigger than a Vamp, but not that much bigger. And if they
No,
can do a Desert Fox, you know that they'll have to do a Thunder Machine at some point in time. And I mean, they keep rumoring this Thunder Machine. I think it's just rumors. I haven't seen anything official on that, but
it's a lot of speculation. It's a lot of wishful thinking, and it's a lot of well, it seems like the next natural choice because there's only two dreadnoughts from the original line missing now, and it's sort of one that it's got a big following, including some of the people that worked at Hasbro. So I'd be kind of shocked if they're not if it's not actually in the pipeline,
yeah.
but um,
And the
I
way
am
that
curious how they will do it.
Yeah, because I was just going to touch on that because I was going to say the way we thought it was going to happen was going to be a HasLab, but Hasbro announced that for 2026 there would be no HasLabs for any of their licenses, which I
Yeah, that well, yeah, because
initially
they
it came out
announced there
that
would
they were
not be
going
a HasLab, and then somebody, and then when it was when I saw the thing about none of their lines, I was shocked because of all of the lines, I figured that Transformers was guaranteed to get a has. They
to.
always get one, and it always sells. They always overshoot the total. Like it always unlocks all the stretch goals or whatever.
Yeah.
And really surprised that not even Transformers is going the HasLab route, and that is just weird to me.
Yeah. Which yeah, I'd be curious to I have to imagine that it's cost prohibitive, but I mean, since it's crowdfunded, I don't that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and like Star Wars, whenever they do a HasLab that's 6-inch scaled or larger, like the role play stuff, it doesn't go anywhere. But whenever they do a vintage collection 4-inch, it always goes. So
Yeah.
maybe people are just still hurting about the Republic gunship that they did last year for the HasLab. But
I'll scratch my head over that one.
that was a weird choice. But yeah, not even Transformers with the HasLab. So even though I haven't gotten in on any of the classified HasLabs, there was there was something nice and um, comforting about one coming out every year, and it is weird that it's just not happening this year. Although they are doing the made to order Arctic Hiss,
Yeah.
so I guess I get it's more like a substitution, I guess. But um, yeah, whenever they get around to the Thunder Machine, however they do it, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get that one. So, um,
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna pass on that. I have zero use for that. The only Thunder Machine I've ever owned is the Transformers crossover one, and that was plenty for me.
yeah, but you don't have any dreadnoughts, so um, I always loved the dreadnoughts. So uh, I don't know. I guess we'll keep waiting. Like you said, it's just rumored. There isn't anything. There isn't anything that Hasbro put out or hinted at that actually says that it's coming. But it just seems weird if it doesn't. But then I said the same thing about the Moray. That's not rumored either. So
I think at the very least we'll see Thrasher on a retro card at some point in time, but beyond that, who knows? Uh, there were two figure announcements for YoJoe June. Um, and that the first one was three, sorry. The first one was Action Man, which is an homage to one of the original GI Joes in the 12-inch line way back in the day. Um,
in England, Action Man was an English thing. Yeah.
yeah. So it looks like a nice figure. I like I like any of the homage stuff. I always get it find those interesting, but I had zero interest in this one.
I don't need it. I loved it. I loved that they made it. I love that it exists. I love the orange packaging
Yeah.
as a throwback to the '90s Action Man stuff. And they did say it would have wide distribution in Europe through different channels because, well, I said England before, but all of Europe had Action Man.
Yeah.
And action, but I think it's really cool. They're putting him in classified. I don't need it, but it it is cool.
The next figure on the list, as I'm kind of going down this, is a legacy figure to go with your firefighter and your police officer, and that is Avalanche Rescue.
Um, I want it because it reminds me of Ice Storm, the driver of the Polar Shark from the Rise of Cobra line. Uh,
Yeah,
it's not exact, but it definitely evokes the look of him.
it's
And
funny
I
you should say that because I saw somebody did a side by side comparison and they did a little photoshopping on it. And
of him and of Ice Storm. Oh, I didn't even see it.
yeah, it was
I took
just
one look at that and I'm like, I think that I wonder if that's what they were going for.
I
So,
think so because they did a side by side of him and then the oh, what line was that? Would have been that would that have been the retaliation line where they had the doc where they had Doc in really kind of garish art.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So they did some photoshopping of that figure next to Doc and next to Ice Storm. And yeah, just a little paint, and you've got both of those figures. So I think it's a very
Interesting.
versatile figure. What kind of really sets my teeth on edge is I think this is probably as close as we're going to get to a paramedic for the legacy line. And that absolutely pisses me off as a paramedic.
Are you gonna get the mountain rescue?
I haven't decided. I'm kind of
Um,
getting tired of I'm not running out of room, but I'm running out of patience for just stuff that I didn't ask for and don't want. I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but do I need it? No, not at all. So if I see it, I might pick it up, but I'm not pre-ordering it.
I will see it. The legacy stuff is one that a subline of classified that I have never had any problem finding everywhere. They
Yeah.
they uh they shelf warm at Target. They shelf warm at Walmart. I don't need to buy it. I don't even need to wait for a discount. I might get it to use as Ice Storm, but it would be the first of the legacy figures I bought. I pre-ordered a couple of them and I've always canceled them because I see them in the store and I'm like, I just they're very cool, but I don't need Nameless Joes. I've never needed Nameless Joes other than Steel Brigade, and even Steel Brigade for me, it's the fucking helmets more than anything else. And we've gotten plenty of those in their classified line. So but this is one nameless character that I can use as a named character. So,
Yeah.
and well, you know me, there's
I
no such thing as
I
Joe too obscure for me to enjoy. So
I didn't get the firefighter. I didn't get the cop. To me,
I skipped both. I have no use for either of those, so I skipped both.
to me, it's like being at work. It's like, okay, I come home, here's some action figures from work. I do this, all of this to get away from work. I don't want
Yeah.
fucking action. It like every time I see the firefighter action figure, I want to tell him, give me a set of vital signs and go get my stretcher. You know,
Um.
I I have refrained from calling it the stretcher fetcher figure on social media because I know a lot of people will just lose their shit if I do that. But yeah, I want to tell the firefighter action figure to go get my stretcher, bitch, and stop yard sailing my jump kit. So
Um.
and as a side note, I got in trouble last week for being grumpy with some of the volunteer firefighters when they started yard sailing my kit on scene. So
Can
yeah,
you explain what yard selling your kit
yes,
means?
that means when I ask for something from my kit and they start going through it and throwing things over their shoulders, they're looking for it. So it
Ah,
up in a big pile behind them, and it looks like a yard sale.
Jesus, just hand me the fucking bag.
Yeah,
That's what I feel like.
that's what
Um,
pretty much what I said, and they took offense to that. So
Jesus.
yeah.
Um, that's
So yeah,
that's pretty
I
funny.
skipped those, and like I said, I think this is as close. It seems to me this is probably as close as we're going to get to a paramedic figure, and all I've got to say to that is fuck you, Hasbro. Fuck you. So next on the list for the YoJoe June is that version 3?
Yep,
Yeah,
Dusty version 3.
Dusty version.
Um, I did not expect a later version of a character like Dusty, like that particular version, to get the classified treatment, but fuck, it looks really good. It's a great update.
Oh yeah, it looks
I
fantastic.
even as a kid, I was 11 when that version of Dusty came out, and I bought it happily. I loved the Coyote. Sandstorm the Coyote was great, but I always preferred that look for Dusty over the original. Even when I was a kid, I had Tiger Force. I didn't have the original, but I had Tiger Force Dusty. I didn't like either of them, and so I didn't particularly care. So when '91 came out, I was happy about that, and I really like this update. He's got like a mask that reminds me. There was a 12-inch version of Dusty back in the early 2000s
Yeah.
that had a mask and goggles and shorts and some kind of like recon gear. This is like a cross between that and the 1991 figure because it's it uses more generic parts than the 91 figure. It's not as specific, but and it looks really good. And that coyote is fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it looks fantastic. The classified Dusty figure to me has been one of the biggest disappointments of the classified line. I did have the original Dusty as a figure as a kid. I absolutely loved it. I played with it to death. He was always one of the guys on like my core team that I played with. And I looked forward to getting Dusty when he came out until I saw it and just how lackluster it was. and it was such a shitty figure that even Hiya Toys could not save it with their 4-inch figure.
I agree. I remember when Dusty was announced for classified, and we saw the pictures, and I said, "This is the first absolutely skippable classified figure for me." I was like, "That figure is boring. The camouflage was badly done.
Yeah.
It was boring. It was boring looking, which the original Dusty, as much as didn't care for it when I was a kid, it wasn't boring.
No, not at
I just
all.
didn't. I just
It wasn't
I
anything spectacular, but somehow they did not capture that lightning in the bottle with the
at
original
all.
did.
Um,
Not even
uh,
close.
no, because the 25th anniversary recreation of Dusty, they took some liberties with it, like camouflage wise, but design wise, it was nice. And classified, yeah, they couldn't carry that through. Even the new sculpt era had a bunch of different Dusties,
Yeah.
and even they were interesting. And then they ditched all of that and went for a super plain, very basic, barely camouflaged Dusty for classified, and then repainted it in Tiger Force. And I bought it for the sole purpose of customizing it. And then this Dusty looks great. I understand why you don't need it, but uh, I'm gonna guess you considered buying it over the classified version.
I did, but it just I never had that particular figure when I was a kid. Um, I'm still disappointed that the classified version was a stinker. And even with figures that have been lackluster, Hiya Toys has been able to do some fantastic things in the 4-inch line, but the that was the first totally skippable figure in the Hiya Toys line too, was the Dusty. It just was as boring and unremarkable and lackluster as the classified figure was.
Yeah,
And that to me just says how bad that figure was to begin with.
yeah, it sucks because a lot of the Haya figures, even though I don't buy them, a lot of them, even though they're technically scaled down versions of classified, some of them they've made some different choices and really great improvements.
Yeah,
But Dusty was not one of those.
not at all. Not at all. The Viper was a and the Cobra Trooper were good examples of the upgrades of those. But yeah, I wouldn't they couldn't save that figure with the Hyatt Toys figure. It's like, no, I don't.
Agreed. Um,
That was all of the announcements, I believe, for the first day of YoJoe June. My understanding is they're going to do some more announcements tomorrow, so we'll see what those are. Um, I don't, I don't have any. I haven't heard any like rumors as to what they'll be or anything. So I am as
um,
curious to see as you are.
I I I do follow with the full force sometimes the list of uh things that are coming out, and I really hope this I really hope we get to see, if not the figure of Iceberg, I really want to see at least a render, because
Yeah,
he was announced a while back and he's supposed to be in the next wave of releases.
yeah,
So I really wish they'd show us that. Really looking forward to him.
yeah. I'm hoping for a render of the Toxo Viper too.
Ah, yes. I'm very curious what they're going to do with the Toxic Viper, because as long as the helmet is smaller and less obtrusive than the original, I think it'll be a success. Because I like the original design, but then you look at the card art, but then you look at the figure, like, oh man, why is the figure so weird compared to the card art? If classified Toxic Viper looks more like the Hector Garrido Toxel Viper art, I I will buy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one regardless. I absolutely love the Toxo Viper. It's one of the figures that's grown on me over the years. So I will be happy to pick that one up. I'm just curious to see what it looks like. Because as lackluster as the Frag Viper was, the Real American Hero Frag Viper was, that was one of the best figures from last year was the classified Frag Viper. Yeah.
He's still sitting here on my shelf of honor where I can just stare at him and think, wow, that is so much better than a fucking frag viper ever had any business being.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So we're gonna do a little bit of unboxing. I'm gonna pause the video just for a second, because last time I set it up and it timed out, and I had to stop, pause the video, and do it anyway. So hang on a second here. Oops, God damn it. And Zoom keeps changing all of the fucking things.
All right, I gotta.
All right, so let's try this. Uh, this always seems to not work right the way I want it to, but um, that's fine. One of the things that I picked up recently, reviewed on our last episode, was one of the Four Horsemen. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the Skeleton Knight figure that was just absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And then one of our guests had this particular figure and had done some diorama pictures with it, and I was like, "Ooh, it is weird as hell, and I need that figure." And that is the Koi.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. And I figured it would go really well with my Valorverse the Black figure.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I got it to go with the Monster Force stuff.
That thing looks like it's ready to kick the ass out of some cobra eels.
Yeah, it does. So we'll save the. So what comes in the package? Um, it's like we've got a little flask of something, like a gourd flask there. Uh, got an interchangeable fin for the head, it looks like. I believe that's the tail fin. And then some really nice shoulder pads there that look like copper armor. Let's see, he's got some twist ties. Let's cut those. Oops, that's not scissors.
You don't want to. You don't want to sit there and manually untwist the twist ties.
Nope, not anymore. I got to.
Darn, I was looking forward to experiencing that. Okay.
No, I got some scissors that I don't mind ruining. So I've got a staff. I don't know if there's something that go. Oh yeah, here. There's a. Oh, I wonder if that is supposed to go on that staff. There's a loop. There's the staff assembled, kind of a.
Oh, fucking cool.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's made out of bone. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Let's see here. It's got a nice little sword that he comes with. I was gonna say I'm surprised it didn't come with a bag of additional hands, but I found them. They're here.
There's always everything in the 112th line. There's always a bag of fucking hands. Every toy line, every property, there's always a bag of fucking hands.
Man, yeah, that is a pretty fucking cool figure. The paint job,
God. damn, it sure is. Look at that.
The fins are translucent plastic, so they're see-through, which I think is fantastic.
Oh,
Uh,
awesome.
Not actually sure. There it is. Put his fins on. Yeah, so that it goes on his back.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Is it secure? How does it how
Oh
do
yeah,
the
no,
cords?
it pegs in and
Good,
it's a very tight peg.
good. So you don't have to worry about it falling out. Good.
Uh-huh.
Nothing's more annoying than buying a premium figure and realizing that there's something that's loose or doesn't connect.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that because I bought the Frankenstein Deluxe figure from Four Horsemen, and the ankles on that thing are so fucking loose that he keeps jumping off of the display that I have him on in the other room. He's got,
Fuck, that's annoying,
yeah,
especially because I'm sure you paid out the nose for him.
yeah, it was not a cheap figure. Uh, there he is with the shoulder pads on,
Cool.
and then he has,
I'm not a big fan of the merman character from Masters of the Universe, so I want the koi guy to go beat the shit out of merman just for fun.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't like Namor either. Blake made me buy a Namor figure. He's like, we need Namor. I'm like, we really don't. He's like, we do. I'm like, no, we don't. He's like, no, we do, and not the MCU version. I'm like, fine, fuck. So I bought the only Namor figure that was. Hang on,
Yeah.
I didn't open him. I'll let Blake open him this weekend along with the stuff I got at the convention. But I have no idea where this look for Namor came from. He looks like fucking Rob Zombie, but um, but I just yeah, he's got the bare feet. He's got the fish trunks, and it looks like the koi guy could beat the shit out of him too. And I'm happy to let the koi guy beat the shit out of Namor.
He does
Yeah,
not have
he's
an
like,
interchangeable head. He has an interchangeable face.
okay.
I'm not too keen on the armored version because it looks like Boss Nass from
It does.
Phantom Menace. So I think we're gonna skip the armored.
Oh God, it does look like Boss Nass. I wouldn't have seen it until you pointed it out. I'm like, well, there's no ignoring that now.
Nope, there is not. So we're gonna go with the
Misa thinking we be friends.
uh
Uh,
little neck
yeah,
that I
that's
added. So there he
that's
is,
much better.
all geared up. He does need a hand to hold that sword though. So let's do that real quick.
That stupid helmet. You said that, and I'm like, huh? Yeah, I'd never be able to take it seriously.
Nope.
Uh, Look, episode one is my favorite of the prequels, and I love Gungans, but fuck me, Boss Nass is goofy as shit.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, the peg
What
broke
the
off. The peg for his hand broke off in his wrist.
God damn it!
Oh wait, no, there we go. I got it. It looks
Oh, okay. All right, good.
it's translucent plastic, so it looks like it's broken off in there, but it's not.
All right. Phew, honestly.
Joints are pretty tight, pretty stiff. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I think it's pretty cool.
You know,
They really, you know, it's probably a good thing I don't have more of a disposable income because I think I would be buying a shit ton of Four Horsemen stuff. Their figures are really well detailed. They're really well painted. The articulation is second to none. They're high quality figures, and there's just some really imaginative figures in all of their lines that
well,
I
if
really
you want General Koi there to have something to ride into battle, in the McFarlane Aquaman
Saw that.
line from the movie. Yeah, there's the giant seahorse with the saddle.
There's
That
there's
that
a mechanical shark too.
oh, even better. That's even
Yes.
better. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen a mechanical shark, so it's funny you should say that because now I may have to look for that, see if I can find it cheap. Because I've seen,
yeah. I didn't know that existed, and now I kind of want one for my Joe line because
yeah,
the eel version 2 from Battlecore never did anything for me, but the robot shark that it had did everything for me.
yeah.
When I was 12, I bought that figure for the robot shark. A few years
Everybody bought
ago, I
that
went
figure.
on eBay and I bought that figure again for the robot shark. So,
Everybody bought that figure for the robotic shark.
you know
I
what? I think you're right. Everybody did.
I bought that figure for the robotic shark. I did not like the EO version 2. The
Oh,
EO version 1 was one of my favorite figures as a kid growing up. It did not could not be improved upon as far as I was
no.
concerned.
And you know what's funny is I've seen custom repaints of the Battle Core eel in like the version 1 colors, and I've seen it painted in like stealthy colors or just like darker versions of the Battle Core colors. And the fucking sculpt on it doesn't work for me in any of the other color schemes I've seen, which is weird because a lot of the Battle Core G.I. Joe stuff, even if they were loud then, a lot of times the repaints do help, but no, the robot shark really was the whole appeal of the of the uh eel version 2. And
Yeah, I would.
yeah, I think you need a 12 a 112, or yeah, I didn't know it existed, but now I'm dying to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I think I'll have to check. I think I might have a screenshot of it because I Google Lensed it. I'd seen somebody use it for a custom recently and I didn't know what it was. So I screenshotted it and Google Lensed it to see what it was. I didn't shop it out to see what the cost is, though. I just figured out what it was. Because I was wanting it for a 1/18 scale custom, but it is indeed 1/12 scale and I didn't think I needed it, but for this guy, yeah, I might need that. So,
Do me a favor and drop that screenshot in the in the show just so other people listening can see it.
yeah, if I have
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
look
that
it up just out of curiosity.
I
So
don't know that I have the screenshot still.
ah,
So, if I have it, I'll drop it in, but yeah, don't hold your breath because I don't think that I have it. So that is one of the things that I was planning on opening today. So let's grab the other thing here, which I don't know if I'm going to open this or not. Because I'm thinking about keeping it for trade bait, and that's the Ninja
ah,
Force Zartan. Because
yeah.
I'm not sure everybody got a chance to get one, and I still want the new Night Creeper with the dire accessories. So I think I'm gonna hold on to this just for now. So I'm not planning on opening the Ninja Force Zartan on the show. However, what I am going to open is a beast. And here is,
Oh shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Punisher in the Hulkbuster armor for the Thunderbolts line.
That you waited a really fucking long time to get between the notification that it was almost going to ship and then it took 2 weeks to ship and then you went on vacation. So it's been a long wait before you could open that fucking thing.
Uh, and it sat on my porch for 2 days because my neighbor didn't see it. She
Oh,
usually picks up packages for me. She picked up my Zartan, but she missed this, and so yeah, this sat on my porch for 2 days. So the fact that it was still here when I got home, I was amazed. Oh man, this thing is a beast. I mean,
I
it
was going to say, is it heavy? It looks like it's heavy.
yeah, this thing's got to weigh a couple pounds easily. Here, I need to turn this into a garbage can.
It probably weighs as much as the Gamerverse Juggernaut figure, which honestly, I joke that if we put it up on a on high furniture and it falls down, it could be a blunt instrument for killing somebody. So um, that looks like it weighs the same. Holy shit. So on the package, it says Punisher versus the Thunderbolts. I'm going to guess that was a specific storyline in the Thunderbolts.
I am too. I haven't read any comic books for a long time, so I'm not up on that. I do remember when he was part of the Thunderbolts. I have some of those comic books, but I don't know that I have those now or have this particular issue at any rate.
Man, look at that thing. Jesus.
Massive. So what's in the package? You've got the figure. We've got an interchangeable armored head, which I just dropped on the floor.
Damn it.
We've got the for the flame effects because I needed some more of those, which I just dropped one on the floor.
Um, yeah, you needed more of those like you needed a hole in the head.
Yeah, exactly. We've got the Gatling gun, which pegs into his shoulder. So we're gonna do that. Oh, is that spring loaded? Oh no, it's just ratcheted. Okay.
What is it?
It's the missile launcher.
Oh, missile pods. Okay.
Yeah, it's a missile pod, but it has a like ratchet on the side. It doesn't do anything physically, but it's just there.
It probably articulates it once it's plugged in.
No, because the hole for it's on.
Oh, I see. Oh, what the? Oh, that's weird. Okay,
Yeah. So I
that's
don't.
weird.
It doesn't look like it pegs into the arm at all. So no. So there you go. So the Gatling gun and the missile pod are on ratchets.
God damn.
Woof. Yep. Oh, I think there was something else that I forgot to take out. It looked like there was some, yeah, there's some smoke effects for the Gatling guns.
That you're also not going to use.
Right. They are going straight into the bucket bucket. We'll show them real quick. There's the flame effect, the smoke effects for the. Actually, I'll put one into the Gatling gun. Why not? There we go.
That's kind of neat.
And then we've got flame effects for
Ah,
this, which I may actually leave one of those on. So shorter ones going in the bucket bucket. Yeah, I have no idea what the point of that is because it's not spring loaded, it's just ratcheted in the attachment points on the bottom. So
that's weird.
it is weird. I don't understand that. Don't really care because just straight out of the box, this is a fucking fantastic figure. This may actually make my top 10 list for the year,
Nice.
simply because it is two of my two favorite Marvel characters combined into one fucking figure. You know what? Let me grab something real quick here. I know where one
Yeah,
of the figure is right off the top of my head, so let's grab that real quick. So there he is with the oh, hang on. Let's pause it real quick.
No, I'm back.
All right. There he is with the Punisher War Machine armor.
Oh, sweet. Look at that. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that is the 6-inch Punisher War Machine figure next to the Punisher Hulkbuster figure. That is how
Neat.
active this thing is.
God damn.
Yeah, I absolutely love this thing. This thing is a beast. The articulation is fantastic. It feels very durable. Um, it does not, nothing feels fragile on it. The weapons aren't too tight on the ball joints, which is fine. I don't really have a problem with that. There's a pretty easy fix for that with just a dab of hot glue. Um, the ratchets are decent. I'm not too worried about those wearing out or anything. And yeah, this thing weighs a ton. If I hit somebody in the head with them, they would probably have a concussion from it. So,
I ran and got Zartan while you were, so I could show the people. It unboxed. And by the way, this machete that he has, I thought so from the pictures, but having it in hand, it is 100% the same design as the machete that came with Spearhead in 1988. So if this is not a clue that Spearhead is in the pipeline somewhere, then somebody just really liked that weapon and said, "Fuck it, I'm going to put it with Zartan. Let's see if anybody notices."
yeah,
But
but I mean, we got the same thing with the Flash's rifle with
that's where I'm coming with Glenda,
Glenda.
and
Yeah, Glenda.
there's been no sign of Flash at all. So I mean, I'm sure that he's coming, but as the last of the original 13 to be announced, I don't understand, and it hurts my heart and my soul. But yes, this is Spearhead's machete. So but this figure is a fucking amazing update of Ninja Force R10. It's
Yeah,
they
it looks
fucking
nice.
nailed it.
I did not have the Ninja Force R10 at any point in as a kid or as an adult collector. This is the first version of that that I've ever had. Um, I really don't have any like preconceived notions about this particular figure because I've always felt like Zartan could look like anything he wanted to at any point in time. So
Exactly.
any unusual look for him just is a different part of his personality. So I'm not one of those people that say that's not Zartan. That's not what Zartan looks like. Zartan is looks different every day, in my opinion. So
I agree. I figure sometimes he has the hood, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he has a mohawk, sometimes he shaves his head. He Zartan is very much as my favorite bad guy, got a lot of insight, even if some of it's head canon. But I imagine that he's got so much going on in his head that sometimes he doesn't even realize who he is. And so when he changes his look, nobody questions it because it's just Zartan. And I like that actually he looks more punk like the rest of the Dreadnoks do,
yeah,
and his hair actually matches his siblings. Yeah, I they really boy when Hasbro decides to update something goofy like Ninja Force Artan, boy they take it seriously.
yeah, it looks like
Because
an action
really this
figure.
figure's gorgeous. I made my own 3 years ago, and honestly, I thought my custom version looked pretty cool to a point. And then I put this figure next to it, and I'm like, ooh, man, my custom really did suck. Um, this Zartan is just really, really, really beautiful. Um,
I think they did a really good job with it. I'm I'm gonna hate to have to trade it if I have to get my Night Creeper. I'm hoping that I'll be able to find one at retail, but I don't know. Uh,
oh, the Walmart one, the
yeah,
Dire Creeper.
yeah.
Were you? Yeah, I wasn't able to order one either. So,
No.
I've seen yesterday or the day before somebody posted, oh, it's available again, and I didn't see it. So, uh,
I've seen people post two or three times that it's been back up, but I've missed it every time. So
yeah, same. So, and I'm never going to see one in the store. So, I really think I think I'm going to have to go with the Dire Creeper is just not destined for my collection.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, the
Fucking Walmart
really hard.
exclusives, really,
Yeah.
it's a crapshoot. Literally, it's a crapshoot.
The crystal ball was really hard to get off of the website, but they eventually showed up in the store and was not hard to find. But then the next wave of Joes with Lifeline, Big Lob, and uh Night Viper, never saw him. Never saw him at the Walmart that I go to that I'm pretty
You know,
sure I've does not have scalpers going to. I don't think too many people know it's there. And the next, so I mean, I was going to pick up a couple extra Night Vipers if I could find them at retail, and I never did. So I don't know that I
um,
will find the Night Creeper.
last year at Walmart, I was surprised to see because my Walmart they don't carry a lot for Joe's. They did get the one of the retro waves, and I think retro rock and roll is still sitting there. But I remember most of the figures, like the Grim Viper, I saw one time
Yeah.
disappeared. I saw Footloose at Walmart one time disappeared. Footloose I've seen at GameStop since, but yeah, Walmart. God, they're really fucking weird. So whenever I see like Walmart exclusive announced, I'm just if it's something I have to have, like Crystal Ball or the Ghost Viper, that's fine. But I mean, I will try to get after them, but it really is just
Oh, there we
it
go.
really is just a guess.
Hi. Hi. How was your
Oh,
hello, little
oh,
girl?
hi Alice, hi puppy.
Alice had a tooth removed today.
Um, is she okay?
Yeah, she seems to be. She's probably a little loopy from the anesthetic, but
She's a little loopy even when she's not on anesthesia. So, um, that that dog is nuts. She has a lot of energy.
she does.
Hi Alice.
Yeah, she hears you, but her brain's we imagine that the inside of her head sounds like the test signal for a TV. It's just white noise in there. It's two brain cells fighting for third place. So
I've got cats. I know what that's like. The two brain cells are always in competition. Am I going to be normal or insane right now?
yeah. But she's ruined her canine teeth from playing ball. So yeah. She's worn down all of her canines, and then one she had broken one when it was getting nasty, so they took it out today.
Jeez.
But otherwise,
Um,
good. She went with us on vacation. She had a good time. So
um. Oh yeah. How did South Dakota go? Like, how did your reunion go?
it was good. I saw a lot of my family that I hadn't seen for a number of years. Um, only a couple of only a couple of people from my family weren't able to make it. So I think there were like 18 of us there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get to go shopping? Did you get to hit the stores to see what they had?
It's pretty rural where we were at. So,
Okay.
um, I went into the Harley shop and got a Harley t-shirt. So the one store that my mom wanted to take me to, they hand make saltwater taffy. Um, Unfortunately, one of my family members said that that store closed a few years ago. So we didn't,
Oh,
yeah, my mom was very disappointed because she wanted to take me to get some saltwater taffy and they didn't have it.
that sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah. We went to one day went to Reptile Gardens because that is her thing. So we
Well,
went
yeah, she does have a lizard or something. What does she have tattooed on her foot? I think it's a
lizard.
gecko or something,
Yeah,
right? Um,
she had a
yeah.
bearded dragon when we met. So
Um, um,
yeah, no, vacation was good. I took my koi figure with me because my cabin looked like it was right next to a stream and I had all my camera gear with me. Unfortunately, the stream was down a very steep hill in very tall grass, and they warned me that the ticks were very
Oh,
prolific this year. So I was like, you
nope.
know what? You know, I don't need pictures of my guy by the creek that
That's
bad.
all right. Take him to the pet store and take pictures of him in front of the fish tanks.
There you go. So
Um,
those were the toy reviews that I was going to do. Packaging um, for the Thunderbolts Punisher. There's some art on the back that's really nice. Helmeted picture on the side. The spiel says it's in several different languages. When Punisher Frank Castle sets his sights on former allies serving General Thaddeus Ross's Thunderbolt team, he equips himself with Hulkbuster armor to take on the Red Hulk. So,
yeah, because you know what, the Red Hulk, yeah, but Thunderbolt, yeah, he needs his ass kicked frequently.
yeah. So there you go. That's the spiel. Uh, Playability. Um, I don't think the playability is on the same scale as the Gamerverse figures. Those those for some reason just feel like they were made to be played with.
I agree.
This one, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I think the Gamerverse figures are a step above the regular Marvel Legends figures. And it just doesn't feel as nice as the Gamerverse figures.
It's more of a display piece than a toy.
Yeah, it's definitely going to go up on the shelf. I think um, because I think it might be too tall to sit on the shelf where I have my oversized Iron Man figures. So
Ah,
yeah, I might have to find a new place for it. So because yeah, it's as you saw from the pictures there, it is.
it's a big chunk of plastic.
Yeah,
Um,
it's got to be at least. I'll bet it's 10 inches tall.
um, I wondered how it scales next to Juggernaut, so that's about right. Yeah, he's. I think the game reverse Juggernaut. I think it's about 9.5 inches tall. So it towers over everything else in the Marvel Legends collection. So
Yeah, no, this is. I don't know if it's the biggest figure I have because I do have all of the Hulkbuster figures that they've made. Um, they're just all in the other room right now, and I'm not going to go get them. Um, but yeah, it's a chunk, and like I said, it's heavy too. So I'm a little wary of putting them on a shelf that's just held in by two screws with a bunch of other
yeah,
heavy figures because I have a feeling that probably won't hold forever, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do, where I'm going to put him just yet. Um, but yeah, it's fantastic. I think it probably will go on. Probably you'll probably see it again on my list for top 10 acquisitions of the year, just because it is a cool ass figure and it's my um, two favorite Marvel Comics characters wrapped into one figure. So
fuck yeah. Um,
I don't. I was gonna say don't remember if there were any other toy announcements, but I do recall seeing that there was a Marvel Legends 2-pack with if you need an Elaine figure from Seinfeld, um they're doing they're doing
um,
the Void figure from Thunderbolts with her character from um Valentina's as a figure. I absolutely detest what they did with that character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Being a very old school Nick Fury fan, where she was basically
yeah.
second in charge of Shield, only to Nick Fury and like basically his girlfriend. And what they've done with her in the Marvel universe, making her, I don't know, she reminds me kind of
A
the
shady politician. Yeah.
reminds me of the black gal from the DC universe,
Oh, Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller. That's right. I wanted to say Walther, but I knew that wasn't right. And she reminds me
Uh,
of Amanda Waller. She's like the Marvel Universe version of Amanda Waller. And the gal that plays Amanda Waller does it to a T. I absolutely love her, but it doesn't work in the Marvel universe. It's that's not who that character was, and I fucking hate that. But hey,
Um,
that's my soapbox.
I I looked at that figure. It's got interchangeable heads, one where she's smiling, one where she's not. The head sculpt, the smiling version, somehow looks nothing like Julia Louis Dreyfus,
Yeah,
but the straight, just the unsmiling head sculpt does look like her. Not just like her, but it looks like her. Where the smiling version doesn't even look like the same actress. It's very strange.
yeah.
But as much as I dig the Thunderbolts movie, and I don't mind what they did with her. I like the smart aleck thing she's got going, but she did not need a figure. And there's a couple of and Bucky and Ghost from that movie still do not have updated figures, and the Void is just a repaint of the Century, which is fine. That's really kind of what it should be, but I don't. I don't every time they make these these characters from the movies that are just wearing like business suits or just any old civilian, they never do very well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be another one where it's it's going to sit on shelves. It's going to stack up because it's just not very exciting.
Agree with half of that. I think it is not an exciting figure. I think it's a stupid set. I think it will sell because that is a fantastic figure for customs.
That's true. Yeah, it'll be like the Daredevil. It'll be like the Matt Murdock figure where it'll sell because people want. Yeah, that's true.
You
Um,
don't have that many because I was talking to Emily about how I wanted to do a so I'm trying to do some more customs from Airwolf, and I would like to do uh the female assistant that hangs out with Archangel all the time, who was kind of the love interest for Stringfellow Hawk in the pilot. But I'm like, I don't have a lot of like, there aren't a lot of options for dresses and skirts for female figures.
oh,
Um,
that's true. Yeah, in the yeah, that's right. Yeah, especially in the 4-inch scale,
in any
you got
scale, in any scale,
yeah.
so it's hard to do. Like my next female custom, I'm doing one of the gals from Witcher, but she isn't wearing a skirt or a dress, so I'm not too worried about it. I've got the perfect figure for it already. I'm just waiting on the head in the mail.
If you say Witcher,
Yeah.
I've never watched it. I'm aware of it, but I never watched it.
Oh,
So
I absolutely love I've read most of the books and I've watched the series and it's fantastic. Henry Cavill is just fantastic in it. It's very interesting.
uh are you excited about seeing him as Highlander?
I am as much as
Um,
as much as I hate reboots and it's he is Connor McLeod and I think they got Dave Bautista as the Kurgan and I'm
yeah.
ooh and I've seen stills, like production stills, and the cinematography looks like they just went all out. So
Yeah.
I think my hardest part will, I'm a huge Queen fan too, so that's one of the reasons.
Not having a Queen soundtrack is gonna suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I said that on Facebook and somebody replied with, do you know that it won't have Queen songs in the new movie? I'm like, no, but I can assume it probably won't.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't imagine that it will.
it was definitely a product of its time.
Yeah, very much.
So, but I mean, there will be fan edits where people will put Queen songs over action in the movie, and at least you can look forward to that.
Yeah, I am looking forward to that. So,
Queen is one of the greatest rock bands, well, ever.
yeah, yeah. So I am looking forward to it. We are going to go see Masters of the Universe on Saturday.
I saw that the other day. I saw it with my firstborn kid. It was good. It was fun. Um,
That's all I'm
Lots of references to really goofy shit. So,
Yeah, that's all I'm looking for is just a good time. So I'm not expecting a whole lot. But we Emily had Memorial Day off and I did too. So we sat down and we binge watched Spider Noir with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
We watched,
Monty watched that. He loved it. What'd you think of it?
we watched the black and white version, and it was fantastic.
I'll get around to it. I'll watch it at some point, and I will watch it in black and white. So,
There is
um,
just something about watching something like that when the main actor is such a huge fan. I mean, that's say what you want about the Ghost Rider movies. Nicolas Cage is probably one of the biggest comic book geeks in the world. I mean,
he named his son Kal-El.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
he had he had an Action Comics #1 at one point in his collection. I mean, he is a huge comic book fan, and it's hard to even as an actor to hide that enthusiasm. And that's what I really appreciate about Nicolas Cage doing comic book movies is it just you can tell he wants to be there and that he put extra effort into doing something special for that and it shows.
that's cool.
I
Yeah, I need.
really
Yeah, it's on my list of things I need to watch.
Yeah. No, I thought I was mildly surprised because I thought I hadn't seen a whole lot about it. I knew it was coming. I knew what day it was coming out. I thought it was just going to be um like a 2 hour made for TV movie kind of thing,
Okay.
but it's 8 episodes. So when it ended and I'm like, what, what, what the hell? And Emily's like, oh no, it's several episodes. I'm like, oh wow. So yeah, we ended up binge watching that, and it was fantastic. I highly recommend it. Emily wants to watch it again in color, so to see
It'll
the
be a different experience of watching it color, I would imagine.
yeah, I think
I
so.
will probably watch it in black and white when I watch it. But out of curiosity, I might like switch between the black and white and the color for different episodes. Just out of curiosity. Because I watched Werewolf by Night in black and white, and then I tried to watch it in color, and it did not have the same magic in color. It was the color was well done. They picked a lot of nice vibrant colors for it, but the spirit of the story, I felt like black and white fit it better, and it seems like a noir story. Seems like it belongs in black and white, But
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. As a photographer, one of the people that like imparted knowledge to me about shooting in black and white was what makes a good black and white picture is a good color picture, surprisingly enough. So the vibrant colors are what translates into that contrast is what translates into a good black and white. So that's why I think you see a lot of vibrant colors, a lot of high contrast stuff in the color version is because that's what gives you your high contrast in black and white.
um, yeah, I am curious about that show. I
It was worth it. Like I said, Nicolas Cage clearly wanted to be there, clearly wanted to do it, clearly put in some effort into it, and it shows. It was fantastic. I really recommend it. And I still need to finish Maul Sith Lord. I think
Shadow Lord.
yes, I think I have 2 episodes left on that. And then I lost track of where I was on what season I was on The Boys, so I started over on that. So
I am working my way through season 3 on that. Um,
I think that's where I was, but I don't remember enough, and I enjoy the show enough that there's definitely episodes that I'll skip that I don't need to see a second or a third time, but I really like Carl Urban, so
I will watch him in anything. That guy could play. He could play um like a slab of drywall and somehow make it interesting. So
yeah, yeah. He was here at Denver Comic Con this weekend, so We did not go to Comic-Con this year. We'll be at RetroCon in September. We're gonna go to that instead this year. So I think that's about all we've got for this particular episode. Um, that's the toy news. I'm sure there'll be more GI Joe announcements. We will talk about those on the next particular episode of General Geekery. And I don't, yeah, I think that was about it. So as always, please do all that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you thought about the YoJoe June selection so far. Did you pick up the any of the stuff that we unboxed today, and what are your thoughts on that? And as always, thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody.